So this video is partly about cobbing in dogs, C-O-B-B-I-N-G. You notice the big black dog nibbling on the face of the little one? Let's talk about that. So before I get into the subject of cobbing and other things in this video, I would like to announce that today we're watching Roxie get pre-brushed. You can tell how she needs to be groomed. Her hair looks kind of long and very curly. She looks kind of homeless. I'm going to pre-brush her, and Paris is going to be after Roxie, but Bougie, I think, was already groomed here. I did this just before Christmas, and we're going to pre-brush and comb to make sure there are no tangles in her hair. Then we're going to bathe her and then blow dry her. There's two parts. This is part one of this process, actually. And I usually brush them, pre-groom them to get the longest of the long hair, then bathe them, then bring them back for a blow dry, and then a final groom. Also, I do the toenails. I didn't put hello where you could hear it on the video. Sorry. I may have to go back and edit that so you can hear Bougie say hello. Anyway, you'll see the process, but I've got it in two videos, so it won't be too long. But anyway, this video, one of the things that I've made in this video, so you can watch me, excuse me, brush and groom and blow dry and all that on Roxie. So a rare thing that I had not really heard about, until the recent past is cobbing in dogs. And the reason I wondered about that is because I've had a couple of dogs that would do that. And Paris is one of them. She does this to me all the time. And what it is, it's spelled C-O-B-B-I-G. And she'll take her front teeth, just only her front teeth, and she'll like nibble on me like she's going to look for fleas or if she's going to eat corn off a cob. But she's gentle with it. And so I got to searching on the internet a while back, and I've been meaning to post about this, and I just never had gotten around to it. But Paris does do that, and one time we had some company, and he's a very, very beloved friend, family member. He's like family to us. He's one of my son's friends named Big Dan. I think Paris did it to him, and he said, "She bit me, Mom." And I said, "No, she was doing that little lovey bite thing she does." And that's when I started looking into it. So, excuse me again. Cobbing in dogs is a gentle, repetitive nibbling motion where they use their front teeth. Often, it resembles how someone eats corn off of a cob, and it's usually considered a sign of affection, grooming, or playfulness between dogs or between a dog and their human. Now, at the beginning of the video, you saw the example that I have of a dog nibbling on another dog's face in that way. And that is what that is. It's essentially a way for them to show love through soft bites with their incisor teeth. And the key points about cobbing, how you can recognize it, it's small, rapid nibbles with just their front teeth, meaning typically a sign of affection, similar to how dogs groom each other. If you want to picture someone eating corn off a cob with their front teeth, that is what that is. So, what does it mean when a dog nibbles at your skin? Nibbling and excessive skin licking are common behaviors in affectionate and playful dogs. It's often a way for them to express excitement, happiness, or affection toward their owners. Embrace this behavior as a sign of your dog's strong bond and positive emotions. And also, Roxie will cob her blankets, and she doesn't do it as much now as she did when she was a puppy. And I always wondered about that because I had seen her nibble on that, and I could actually get her started nibbling on her blanket by taking my fingers and thumb and just like nibbling like as if I had been nibbling with my front teeth. And so this article on cobbing in dogs' meaning says, have you ever noticed your dog nibbling on blankets? This behavior, known as cobbling, is a common way for dogs to comfort themselves, especially before they go to sleep or when they're feeling anxious. It can be a way to release stress, mimic nursing, or simply enjoy the texture. Now, I have to say, too, I had a friend that used to raise poodles years and years ago, and she knew some stuff about dogs. And she told me that if a dog is removed from its mom way too soon, that it'll nurse on its blankets, and it'll do it its whole life. So I had bought an English bulldog one time, and he did that his whole life. He'd make a nipple shape out of his blanket, and he would lay there and nurse on that little tip on the corner of his dog blanket. So another little tidbit of information about cobbing, it's also in the meaning of cobbing in dogs, is a cobber dog is a specific type of labradoodle known for being hypoallergenic with the best temperament. They're often used as therapy service dogs because of this. Now, my dogs are golden doodles. They're not labradoodles, but still they're a mix of a poodle and a golden retriever. And this one in this article is a mix of a poodle and a lab. Any other questions that I might... Oh, yeah. What does it mean? I'll address this. When a dog licks you. This is also out of the same section that I've Googled. Licking is a natural and instinctive behavior to dogs. For them, it is a way of grooming, bonding, and expressing themselves. Your dog may lick to say that they love you, to get your attention, to help soothe themselves if they're stressed, or to show empathy because you taste good to them. Now, I've always thought my dogs did that like as a way to pet me because I pet them. They act like they want to pet me on the arm. The AKC has posed a question that says, why does my dog lick me so much? And they say on this article, licking is a natural and instinctive behavior to dogs. For them, it's a way of grooming, bonding, and expressing themselves. Your dog may lick to say that they love you, or to get your attention, or to help soothe themselves, as I just read, if they're stressed. If your dog licks you a lot, then you'll know what it's like to be slobbered on the face, hands, and around the mouth, whether you're stroking them, feeding them, or being greeted as you step through the door. Being licked by your dog can be a sign of affection, but it can have a number of other meanings too. So why do they lick, and what can you do if it ever becomes a problem? Excessive licking can sometimes be a sign that your dog is anxious, uncomfortable, or in pain. If you're concerned about your dog, always speak to a vet or behaviorist for advice. How good is a dog's sense of taste? Now, this is on thekennelclub.org, UK. A dog's sense of smell is renowned for being exceptional, but how does their sense of taste compare to ours? Surprisingly, we have 5 times more taste buds than a dog. So, at first glance, it seems like our sense of taste is better. Like us, dogs can taste things that are sweet, sour, salty, and bitter, but they're unable to taste a type of savory flavor that we can detect known as umami. U-M-A-M-I, umami. Although dogs are unable to taste umami, they can taste water, something we're not capable of. When we eat, our sense of smell is responsible for around 80% of what we taste, so it's likely that a dog's sensational sense of smell makes up for their lack of taste buds. They may lick because they're hungry. In the wild, young dogs may lick their mother's lips when they return from a hunt to show that they're hungry. I have owned dogs that I saw do this to puppies. And maybe a rescue puppy that was not the dog's puppy. I saw the puppies lick the mom's mouths, and I wondered about that. Some dogs may lick lots, while others may do it less. But if your dog suddenly starts licking you a lot, then it could be a sign that something is going on. Dogs may lick more frequently if they have increased anxiety or a health issue, such as an allergy, injury, or arthritis. If you're concerned about your dog or their behavior, then contact your vet or a behaviorist. Also, I've noticed in mine, if they are injured, if they hurt in their joints, weather changing and things, and they are known to have arthritis, you'll notice them lick a certain spot on their body. And if they keep doing that and it's not a hot spot, it is very likely they're in some type of pain if they keep licking the same area. So there's that. What can I do about problem licking? Remember that licking is perfectly natural behavior, and it is a useful way for dogs to express themselves. Expecting your dog to stop licking you completely is similar to someone expecting you to never stroke your dog again. It's never going to happen. However, not all dogs are the same, and some may not lick often, if at all. If you have a licker, it's important that you try to understand why your dog is licking you, as this may help you to help your dog to stop. If your dog's licking becomes too much, then below are some suggestions, which are, they will help you, is move away from the dog, distract them, give them a toy or something that they like to chew on, or just simply train them with no or stop or whatever, just give them a command, or get them out and get them exercise. Now, I am big on the exercise factor. If my dogs are trying to cut up and what I call wrestle and get a little bit grouchy a little too often, then I feel like they need exercise. And I have a big fenced-in yard, so I'll take them outside, throw the ball, throw their stuffed toys, just walk around with them and get them running. Get them to scrub off some of this extra energy that they've got. And so the last thing is be consistent in what you do and do not expect from your dog, because honestly, all they want to do is to know what you want them to do. They're happy to do if they understand what you're trying to get them to do. You don't have to call them stupid and beat them and do all these things. They just want to understand. And if you figure out what makes them understand, then you're golden. You're good. Okay, here's a big question. Should I let my dog lick my face? Whether or not you should let your dog lick your face is entirely personally up to you. But just know that your dog's mouth is full of natural bacteria, and their saliva may contain parasites. And if dogs are not consistently dewormed, they likely do have parasites. That's just going to happen. They get them out of food they eat. They get them off of the ground, through their feet pads, from other dogs. So just know, if your dog's going to lick your face or your mouth, you probably both need to be dewormed, in my opinion, and that's just my opinion. The chances of you becoming unwell from being licked on the face are probably very small. But you've seen your dog licking or eating things that you wouldn't normally, which begs the question, what are they putting in their mouths that you haven't seen? If you do let your dog lick your face, make sure you wash with soap and water afterwards to minimize any unpleasant contamination. Why does my dog lick me when I pet them? When you pet your dog, you're telling them that you love them and care for them. And when they lick you back, it's just their way of reciprocating, letting you know they feel the same. Why does my dog lick itself so much? If your dog has suddenly started licking themselves a lot, then you should talk to your vet and get them checked. Obsessive licking can be a sign that they are stressed or anxious, or could suggest that there's pain, or that they're feeling sick to their stomach or uncomfortable in some way, itchy. Licking is a soothing gesture on a dog, and it may help to make them feel better. Dogs can sometimes lick themselves so much that they damage their skin, and they can lick or chew an area that is a little distance from the site of the irritation, so it's really hard to figure out, exactly where the problem is because of that. They may lick at their front legs or on their back because it's as close as they can comfortably get. And so for today, that's just a few little things I thought I'd put in there about cobbing in dogs. That was something I had never heard of until I decided to look it up when Paris started showing that, and when also Roxie as a puppy would cob her blankets and try to nurse on her blankets. And also Roxie was not definitely not taken away from her mother too early. I bought her from a breeder, and the woman is a good breeder, but her character is very questionable. There's old videos about her on here. She's not got good character, but she did raise some good dogs. I'll say that. I don't think she raises them anymore. But anyway, so just enjoy the rest of this video, and I'll be back with part 2, and you can finish watching Roxie after she's been blow dried right here, get her hair cut. Bye.